The first time I heard the recording, I froze. It was a simple audio file, titled Bedroom Mic 0217 WAV, sitting on my desktop. I didn't remember saving it. I didn't even remember recording anything. But there it was. Curiosity won over hesitation. I plugged in my headphones, pressed play, and waited. For the first few seconds, it was nothing but static. Then a faint creaking sound like floorboards, shifting under weight, followed by soft breathing. My breathing. I recognized the pattern, the slight whistle in my nose. It had to be from when I was sleeping. Then came the scream. It tore through the audio like a blade through fabric, raw, terrified, and unmistakably human. But it wasn't mine. I know what I sound like in fear. This was deeper, guttural, like it came from a place beyond normal terror. A woman's voice, maybe? The scream repeated. Then silence. The file ended. My skin prickled as I stared at the waveform on my screen. There was no one else living with me. I checked the mic's timestamp. February 17th, 3:42 a.m. That night, I had slept like a rock. I remembered no dreams, no disturbances. I tried to shrug it off. Maybe a glitch. Maybe some odd audio bleed from another source. I deleted the file, emptied the recycle bin. That should have been the end of it. But the next morning, the file was back. Same name, same timestamp. I didn't play it again. I couldn't. I unplugged the mic, turned off my PC, and spent the night at a friend's place. When I returned, there were 3 new recordings waiting. Each new file had a different timestamp: 3:17 a.m., 3:42 a.m. again, and 4:03 a.m. All during the same night, I was away from home. That's what chilled me the most. I hadn't been in the apartment. The computer was off, the microphone was unplugged, and yet the recordings were there, neatly saved on the desktop in a folder now named Still Listening. I sat at my desk for a long time, staring at the screen, my finger hovering over the first new file. I shouldn't have played it. I knew that, but silence and not knowing were starting to feel more dangerous than the sound. I clicked the first one, Bedroom Mic 021888 WAV. It began like the previous one, static, breathing, but this time there were footsteps. Not mine. They were heavier, slower, pacing, moving around the room. Then a voice, not a scream, a whisper. "You're not alone." The voice was low, male, distorted like it was underwater. Then another voice, closer to the mic. A whisper, strained and desperate. "Help me." That one sounded like me. My throat tightened. I paused the file, my hand shaking. I had never said those words, not out loud, not in my sleep. I didn't even talk in my sleep as far as I knew. The second file was worse. This time there were loud bangs like fists on wood, a dragging noise, and something that sounded like nails scraping along a wall. No voices, just those awful, violent sounds. It ended with a click, like a door shutting. The third file, I didn't even press play. I turned off the monitor and backed away. Whatever this was, it was beyond explanation. I thought about calling the police, but what would I say? That my unplugged microphone recorded screams I never made? That someone or something was haunting my desktop? Instead, I did the only thing that made sense in the moment. I smashed the microphone. But even as shards of plastic and metal clattered across the floor, a small notification blinked on my screen. Recording saved, Bedroom Mic 0218 WAV. I didn't open the final recording. I couldn't. Instead, I pulled the computer's power cord from the wall and left it there. Screen still lit, notification still glowing like an open eye refusing to blink. I packed a bag, bare essentials, and walked out. I didn't even lock the door. I stayed with friends for a while. Made excuses about needing space. Lied about why I couldn't sleep. But the truth followed me. A week later, a message arrived on my phone. No number, no contact. Just a single audio file. Bedroom Mic 0225 WAV. That night, I stood in the middle of my borrowed room. Phone in one hand, a growing sense of inevitability in my chest. I hit play. It was me, crying, whispering. "It's inside the wires now." And then the scream again. The same one from the first file. But this time I heard something new layered beneath it. A low, broken laugh. Not human. I threw the phone across the room. It landed face down on the floor, still playing until the battery died hours later. I've changed devices, moved cities, left everything behind. But no matter where I go, the recordings return. Sometimes in email drafts I never wrote. Sometimes embedded in videos online only I seem to hear. Sometimes in the quiet hum of electronics, just loud enough to recognize the shape of my own voice. It never asked permission. It only needed to be heard. And now that I've listened, it won't stop recording.